Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know you're eager to hear the outcome of the competition between Nkoyo and Eyet. We have finished compiling the scores, so let us listen to the judges as they read out their scores.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cecile Elborgi. Thank you for the opportunity to judge. Thank you, Augustine, and the organizers. This is really a wonderful initiative for your community. Nkoyo and Ayet, you did a wonderful job. I really enjoyed listening to your talks. I'll start giving you my scores. Nkoyo, 19 for articulation, 10 for communication, 7 for eye contact, 6 for audibility, and 6 for body language. Total score 48. Very well prepared, confident, and a great example for girls in your community. Next, Ayet, 19 for articulation, 10 for communication, 6 for eye contact, 6 for audibility, and 6 for body language. Very well prepared, intelligent. I liked the structure of your talk. Total score 47. Overall, I wish you both all the best. I'm sure you will have bright futures. You are both very deserving of this award. My biggest tips to you for talks like this are first to practice. Second, to try to maintain eye contact with the camera as much as possible. This is mainly the reason why I deducted a couple of points was because you were looking away sometimes. An alternative would be to prepare flashcards that you can carry and look at to get reminders during the talk. But otherwise, don't let the viewers notice that you are reading. My third tip is to prepare smooth transitions between ideas to ensure your talk has a continuous flow. Best of luck.
All right, so actually watched the speeches given by the two participants, and yeah, they did a great job. So yeah, so but based on my assessment, using the criteria that I've been given, the first thing I'm going to talk about Nkoyo now. For the articulation of points, I give her 15%, and communication skills 8%. So she kind of mentioned the points. It was clear she did the articulation quite all right, and she cited examples. So one of the reasons why I give her 15% was that she cited example to support to buttress her points, and the only thing is the flow wasn't that perfect, and the communication skills she can still do more than that. I guess probably she was reading, yeah, but overall that was very good. The high contact probably because she was reading a little bit. So there's nothing wrong in reading, but we expect that this thing should be part of you. If you've gone through this thing and you understand it quite all right, yeah, so it's just gonna flow. I give her 5%. The audibility boldness goes together. I give her 5% and body language 5%. So the point is, the maximum point for audibility and boldness is 6%. So she did quite good, but she can still do more than that. She can still do better. When you are bold, there's a way you communicate. So something I want to mention is that with body language, you can use gestures, you can use hand, which she did a little bit, but tone is very important. So while you are communicating when you're communicating your interest to your audience, the tone, the rising and falling of your tones matters a lot. It helps you to communicate effectively, and can connect so well with your audience. So overall, that was good for her yet. So let me now go. So the overall point for Nkoyo was 38%. For her yet, so he also did quite great. But he mentioned several points, but I felt those points were not well articulated. I was thinking, does he really understood what he was, trying to communicate? If you understand something quite all right, you should be able to communicate it very well and break it down. So he didn't quite give some example to support his points. And the communication skills as well looks like probably crammed or memorized some stuff. It's not, you don't have to, even if it's like 2 points that you want to give, try to understand it very well and connect well with your audience. So I gave him 7% for the communication skills. High contact, I gave him 4%. He wasn't making high contacts quite enough, and he wasn't also focusing on the camera. That actually affected your boldness, which I give 30%, and the body language. So overall, to both speakers, they did a great job. What I want to say is that if you have been called to this kind of discussion, you need to understand the topic effectively. It has to be part of you. And even if you don't have to look at something, you can communicate, the main idea. It's going to speak through you. You've understood that this is what I want to say. I want to convince my audience based on these points. There's a way you embody, the reality you want to communicate across, and you don't have to rush. I think some of you, both of them, were quite speaking very fast. Sometimes when you speak too much or you speak very fast, it's difficult to communicate to your audience. These are some of the points. But then overall, I want to, actually, acknowledge the courage that these guys have put together to do, to speak on this topic. And I wish you guys all the best in your studies.
Hello, my name is Minjung Cho. It's an honor to evaluate two such strong candidates. Hi, Nkoyo. Great job on your presentation. Here's your score. Articulation of points, 18. Communication skill, 8. Eye contact, ability to focus on the camera, 6. Audibility, boldness, 5. Body language, 4. That gives you a total of 41 out of 50. Your points were strong and well structured. I liked how you emphasized important parts. Just remember, slowing down and pausing can make your message even more powerful. Also, try to reduce eye movement when reading or thinking. It will help you connect better with your audience. Well done overall. Next, Eyet. Thanks for your presentation. My score on your articulation, 17. Communication skill, 9. Eye contact, 6. Audibility, 6. And body language, 5. Your total score is 43 out of 50. Your structure was very clear and your gestures helped the audience follow along. Memorizing instead of reading really worked well too. Just try to make it feel a bit more natural, like you're talking to someone, not recalling a script. Great job overall.
Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. I had the opportunity to serve as one of the independent judges for this competition, and in a few moments I'll be sharing my results for both participants and also sharing some general comments on their presentations. First, I'd like to commend both participants for their boldness and confidence in sharing their ideas on the topic. Both did very well by introducing their presentations with the topic for discussion, which gave us all an idea of what they were talking about. They also went further to mention their points, providing examples and going into details as needed. Here are my scores for Nkoyo. Articulation points, 16%. Communication skill, 7%. Eye contact or ability to focus on the camera, 5%. Audibility or boldness, 5%. Body language, 4%. Here are my scores for Eyet. Articulation points, 18%. Communication skill, 8%. Eye contact or ability to focus on the camera, 4%. Audibility or boldness, 5%. Body language, 5%. In a nutshell, both participants did very great on their presentations. And as general tips to presentations, especially video presentations, it is important to maintain good body language through hand gestures and also maintain eye contact and ability to look in the camera as we list and share our points. We should also not forget the topic of discussion as we are presenting our ideas to ensure that we tackle the question properly and provide relevant conclusions. In conclusion, congratulations to both participants and well done on sharing your ideas on the topic. Thank you.
All right, having listened to the judges, let me announce the final score. Remember that the judges are contributing 50% of the total score, and the public is contributing 50% also. So, Nkoyo's average score from the judges is 41%. So, from the public, total votes from the public amounted to 159. Out of these 159 votes, Nkoyo had 85 votes. So when you calculate Nkoyo's percentage votes from the public, which is contributing 50%, that will amount to 27%. This simply means that Nkoyo's total score is the sum of her score from the public and her average score from the judges, and that will give us 68%. This means that Nkoyo scored 68%. Okay, we're done with Nkoyo. So for Eyet's average score from the judges is 40%. So from the public now, out of the 159 votes from the public, Eyet had 74 votes. So when you calculate his percentage votes from the public, which is contributing 50%, that will give you 23%, meaning that Eyet's percentage vote from the public is 23%. So his total vote is 23% from the public and 40% from the judges, making a total vote of 63%. So what does this mean? This simply means that for the competition between Nkoyo and Eyet, Nkoyo emerged winner with a total score of 68%. So congratulations, Nkoyo. Well done, Eyet. Both of you did very well. And I believe you've taken note of the comments and suggestions from the judges. So this is not the end of the competition. Eyet, don't be discouraged. This is just your first competition. You still have other competitions, and you can be the winner of the final competition and be awarded a scholarship. So just take note of the suggestions from the judges and try to improve on that in your next presentation. So ladies and gentlemen, that is the result of the competition between Nkoyo and Eyet. So I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.